for living wax prison.
Hello, I'm Patrick Henning, and I started out as a lawyer before I went into a orator. I was a strong supporter of the rebel cause for a free America, and I did my very famous speech against British goods on March 23rd, 1775, and the closing words were, "Give me liberty or give me death."
Hi, I'm Paula Veer, and I was the one who knocked on doors and ran around shouting, knocking on doors and telling people that the regulars were coming. The regulars were actually the British, but we couldn't say that at the time. The British were going to steal ammunition from Concord and try to arrest 2 Patriot leaders, so I had to go and warn them. I was also very good at working with copper. Here's a cup, one of the cups I made. And I also made some engravings like this one of the Boston Massacre. I led a garrison during the war, and was a very big family person. I had 16 kids and 19 grandchildren.
Hello, I'm the Minutemen, and we served in most of the wars, like the Revolutionary War, Bunker Hill, Lexington and Concord, and more. I am actually Frederick Vischer, who actually was a general of the Minutemen. And he was so good at his job that he got to have a dinner with George Washington. He left his wife to serve in a war. Men were ready to fight on minutes' notice, so they would go to bed.
Hi, I'm Sam Adams, and I signed the Declaration of Independence, and one of the most important things I did in the Revolutionary War was that I was one of the founders of the Sons of Liberty, and I went with them to fight with the British one time, and I wrote a saying that colonies should rule themselves. When the Sons of Liberty dumped the tea into the Boston Harbor, they had a feather in their hat and called it the Sam Adams Mohawk.
Hello, my name is Margaret Corbin Corbin, and I was married to John Corbin, who served as a gunner in the Continental Army. So I went with him to the battle at Fort Washington, where he was shot and killed. Nobody would take his spot as a gunner, so I had to, and I was later injured and put into the Invalid Regiment. I was shot with a grape shot and a bunch of other muskets, and my arm almost torn off, and I was sent to a hospital 100 miles away. I didn't bleed. Some people call me Molly Pitcher because they say that we both share a husband's kin, but my name isn't Molly, I'm Margaret Cochran.
Hello, I am Daughters of Liberty. What the Daughters of Liberty did, they stood up in church and they told the men they would marry them if they fought for freedom. The Daughters of Liberty wanted to fight for freedom so badly they snuck into the war and they helped wounded soldiers and they brought them to safety. Another thing the Daughters of Liberty did to the British is they stole their firewood and they boycotted them. They told the British soldiers they would only make their own, they wouldn't wear the British clothes.
Hello, I'm General Thomas Gage, a British general during the Revolutionary War. The reason that I'm important to the Revolutionary War was because I started the battle that is now considered to be the first battle of the American Revolution, the Battle of Lexington and Concord. I sent my British troops into Concord to steal the hidden ammunition that I've got word about. and the troops I sent into Lexington were to arrest Sam Adams and John Hancock, two Patriot leaders and leaders in the Sons of Liberty. I also started an important battle, the Battle of Bunker Hill, which is one of the major battles in the Revolutionary War. The Patriots fortified on top of the hill, and they were going. I had word that they were going to take over Boston, try to take back over Boston. So I sent my troops up the hill, and they drove us back two times before they ran out of gunpowder and ran off the hill. And there was a famous quote that was said on top of the hill by a patriot, and that was, "Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes."
Hello, I'm Abigail Adams, and I was important to the American Revolution because I sent notes to John, my husband, saying, "Don't forget the ladies," because I thought women should have the same rights as men. And it wasn't until 1920 when women had the same rights as men.
Hello, my name is John Adams. I went to Paris to negotiate a treaty with France, but I bring my oldest son with me when I went. But when I got to France, it was already signed by Benjamin Franklin. I also went to England and I represented America, and I represented America to the king to negotiate a peace treaty. And on that trip, I bring my oldest son, John Quincy, and my 9-year-old son, Charles. And I later became the second president.
Hello, I am Lydia Dare, and I am important to the American Revolution because I warned Washington's army that the British would come. I warned Washington's army by pretending that I needed flour for baking, and I told Washington's army at the flour mill. I knew the British were going to attack because I overheard them planning to attack in my house. I am one of America's most successful female spies. Press the button again to ask a question.
Hello, my name is Martha Washington, and I am important to the American Revolution because I gathered a group of girls and had them help me make clothes and bring food to Washington's army. I also sent an example to boycott against goods from England. I had 2 husbands, Daniel Clark Custis and George Washington. I tutored in reading, writing, spelling, and social graces. Press the button again if you have a question.
Hello, my name is George Washington. I was General of War. I was married to Martha Washington. I fought in Winter Valley Forge, and I was trained by the British, which made me one of the best generals. I trained 15,000 men for war. Press the button for questions.
Hello, my name is Sybil Wellington. One night, a messenger came to my house with the message of the town Danbury was burning down. The British were burning. I chose to take my father's place in fetching all the militiamen. I rode 40 miles by myself in the pouring rain and the darkness. When I got to Danbury, 3 houses had burned down in the process. One man asked me if he would like to take me back home on my journey back. I said I turned down that offer, but I did take directions. I was known as the female Paul Revere.
My name is Mary Hayes, and I was born to the Revolutionary War because I brought pitchers of water to the American soldiers. My husband collapsed from the heat, and when my kid was only from the heat. I earned my nickname on the battlefield, Molly Pitcher. My husband died when my kid was only 5 years old. Any questions?
Hi, my name is Ben Franklin. I discovered electricity in 1752. The reason why I was important in the American Revolution War was because I sailed to France and got money from them, and I bought many equipment, ships, and weapons to help the colonies win the war.
Hi, my name is Jean-Paul Jones. I killed a Lieutenant Sarah in England, and then I had to change my name from Jean-Paul to John-Paul Jones. After that, I had to move to Virginia. In England, I was remembered as a pirate. I was called the father of the American Navy. I was so good in the Navy that I got awarded a gold sword. I had my own ship that took over 2 forts, and
On September 23, 1779, I got Captain Pearson of Serapis to surrender when my ship was burning and sinking. I made a quote that night. It is, "I have not yet begun to fight."
Hi, I'm Benedict Adams, and I'm running away from the Americans because I've secretly been talking to Sir Henry Clinton, telling him the plans of the Americans. Most importantly, I planned to surrender at West Point, but that plan was unsuccessful when John Andrew, the carrier between us two, is captured, and the documents of that plan was in his foot. And now I have heard of the news, and I plan to go join the British Army.
Hello, my name is Anne Warner Bailey. I'm married to Elijah Bailey, who's a soldier. All my life I've been raised by my uncle. When I found him severely wounded at Fort Griswold, I asked him what I should do. He said to go and get his family before he passed. I rode 4 miles to bring his family to him before he died. Collected flannel for the soldiers, cartridges, and helped the wounded.
I'm Admiral de Grasse. I'm a commander of a French fleet. I would bring thousands of men to battles to help fight by boat. I am important to the American Revolution because I aided George Washington with thousands of men to help fight in the Battle of Yorktown. I have 1 son, 4 daughters, and a wife.
Hello, my name is Henry Knox, and I was a strong and noble leader. I ordered men to build forts that would protect them. I moved 45 cannons and 16 howitzers from New York to New Jersey. I directed the soldiers to cross the Delaware River at Valley Forge. Press the button to ask any questions.
Hello, my name is Robert Sherman. Would you like to know a secret? Well, I'm actually a girl. My name is Deborah Sampson. About a year and a half ago, I cut my hair and joined the Army. But unfortunately, a month later, I got shot with a musket. I got shot with a musket gun, and it got lodged into my leg. I had to go to a doctor's office. I had to dig it out with a knife. Then a couple of months later, I came down with a horrible fever. I was forced to go to a doctor's office. Dr. Barnabas Spinney was the first man to find out that I was a girl. I am now waiting my leave to return to my normal life.